As you look around the stadium tonight, you can see gold everywhere. Gold ribbon sleeves are being worn by coaches and students, all in support of a special cause. In conjunction with the Greater Gold Foundation and wristband sponsor Chick-fil-A Nolana, McAllen ISD is kicking off National Childhood Cancer Awareness Month by going gold. Did you know that at present childhood cancer cannot be prevented? The average of children diagnosed is just 6 years old. More than 40,000 children undergo cancer treatment each year. It is our mission tonight and all month to assist in creating awareness for childhood cancer. It is also our hope that awareness will lead to funding for research that will one day lead to a cure for a disease that does not discriminate. In the center of the field, we have 4 children. Juliana Velez is a fifth grade student at Fields Elementary. Faith Roldan is also a fifth grader at Fields. AJ Marroquin is a senior at McAllen High, and Aaron Villarreal is in second grade at Perez Elementary. They are each joined by their family members. Here from the Greater Gold Foundation, we have Susie Gatza. Also joining them in representing our school board is President Sofia Peña, Board Secretary Erica de la Garza Lopez, Trustee Elizabeth Kittleman, and Trustee Debbie Crane Aliceda. Representing McAllen ISD is Superintendent Dr. Rene Gutierrez and McAllen ISD Administrative Leadership. Please help us express our support for brave fighters like Juliana, Faith, AJ, and Aaron. Help us admire the survivors and honor the taken. We will never give up hope.
And also
And our board vice president is joining us, Lucia Regalado. Players, you may now head back to your locker room. Thank you. We want to thank some of our key sponsors, including Dairy Queen, Sames Ford, Performance Therapeutics, Lone Star National Bank, and South Texas Health System Clinics. Since we have already honored our cheerleaders, we're going to start with our victory cheer. Come on, Bulldog fans, get on your feet and help with the victory cheer. Joining them are the cheer and stepper clinic participants.
evening and welcome to McAllen ISD. This game is being conducted according to the rules and regulations of the University Interscholastic League.
Regardless of the outcome of this game, all the players have proven their willingness to work and sacrifice in order to achieve athletic excellence.
We ask that, as a spectator, you consider the time and effort each of these teams, coaches, and athletes have put forth.
The officials for this event have been mutually agreed upon by school officials from both schools. Their role is not unlike those of players, coaches, teachers, and administrators.
Without them, this event would not be possible. Their knowledge and application of the rules are a result of annual testing, years of study, and continual participation in clinics that further refine their understanding of the game.
We ask you as students, parents, and citizens to demonstrate the kind of respect for these officials you would extend to any dedicated person in a position of responsibility.
This means that you as a fan
Should not criticize players on either team.
Should not boo the officials.
should not have alcoholic beverages on public school grounds. This is a violation of state law.
Should be courteous to the visiting fans.
Should cheer for your team.
And show respect for injured players on both teams.
Thank you for your attendance and enjoy the game.
Enjoy the game.
Enjoy the game.
On behalf of our school board and our McAllen ISD family, I want to welcome all of you to DQ Fan Field at McAllen Veterans Memorial Stadium. Thank you for supporting sporting events in our public schools. Your love, your energy, and your passion is what drives our student athletes to excel on the field. Enjoy the competition and best of luck to both teams. Thank you.
Welcome to another exciting edition of Football Night in McAllen ISD. I'm Mark May with Mario Reyna, and tonight we've got a non-district clash between the PSJA Memorial Wolverines going against the McAllen Bulldogs. And you can see some smoke and haze in the background, a little bit of rain throughout the valley here this evening as we come to you right here from DQ Fan Field. And should be an exciting match between these two, but I know first of all the teams have to have a little bit of a good-natured amnesia, though, don't they, in your keys to the game?
Absolutely, that is a key word as a key to the game, amnesia, because both teams did not do very well last week, so they're going to forget about it. Two good coaches make sure they forget about it. They got to reduce the penalties, Mark, and both teams struggled with the special teams, the punting and the kicking game. I'm sure they worked on it all week, so let's expect a good game.
Yeah, I know last week Los Fresnos ran a touchdown, a punt return for a touchdown against the Bulldogs. Bulldogs then subsequently blocked the extra point, ran that back for 2 points for themselves. So their kicking game a little bit inconsistent, but certainly has shown some bright promise there. And PSJA Memorial held to only 3 points last week in a loss against probably the best team in the Valley last year in Brownsville Veterans Memorial. So both teams looking to prove something here this night, aren't they?
They are. And I mean, it's a long season, but then district play begins real quickly, so they got to correct all those mistakes, and it should be an exciting game.
All right, let's check in with our player profile right now. Earlier this week, we talked to McAllen defensive end Cash Frisbee. Here's what he had to say.
Hi, my name's Cash Frisbee. I'm a defensive end and outside linebacker for the McAllen Bulldogs. Well, what I like playing most is defensive end, just like being in the trenches and with all my boys on the line. Defensive end, edge rusher, and same thing with outside linebacker, except on outside linebacker, you gotta watch out for the pass.
The extra point try. This is blocked, and this can be returned, and the Bulldogs have it at the 15. He can run this all the way back for 2. He's crossing midfield.
The discipline about being a defensive end is you can't just go right up to the outside because the quarterback will sneak right on you. You also have to hit that tackle with everything you got, extend your arms, and peek inside and outside, see where the ball's coming, and shed them, and then get the guy. My favorite part about football is the hard work and discipline you get out of it. So if you're looking to try it, you should definitely try it.
7, the quarterback Ryan Reyna for the Wolverines. Definitely a pass run threat. In fact, he ran for more yards than he threw for last year and had 25 touchdowns that he either ran for himself or threw for. So definitely a pass run threat that the Bulldogs will have to contend with. Meanwhile, for Mackay, they've got their quarterback, Joaquin Valdez. Valdez is a 3-year starter, a lot of experience, even though he's a junior, and a player who threw for 5 touchdowns last year and threw for about 1,400 yards. There we see Joaquin Valdez right there. Again, only a junior with a ton of experience and a player who you can depend upon to be kind of a coach on the field, if you will, yet given his level of experience. Meanwhile, let's take a look at the starters right now as we see the Mackay Steppers recently celebrated 50 years as a program just a couple years back. And we're going to take a look at the starters here. You see Valdez there at quarterback. Hunter Morley, who ran for a touchdown last week against the Falcons in their running back. And then the receivers include Joseph Rivas, Cinco Jones, Joaquin Alvarez, and Talan Garcia. Looking at our offensive line, we've got Brian Bazan and Adam Gonzalez at the tackles. The guards, both seniors, Edian Vidal and Maddox Braxton. Braxton also a captain. Diego Villegas is the center. Defensive line, they got a four-man front, including the Frisbees, Fletcher Frisbee and Cash Frisbee, and then Mason Briones and Joaquin Buitron in there. Just three juniors and one senior there. Then at our linebackers, two linebackers, Oliver Schwartz, who led the team with 107 tackles last year, and Simon Bardot. And then five men in their nickel defense, Aiden Ayala at the corner, along with Sebastian Ramirez. Ramirez scoring 2 points on a defensive return last week. Alex Corpus, Pablo De La Rosa are the safeties. Will Hawk is the rover. Will Hawk with 41 tackles last year. And there you can see some ominous clouds to the south of the field right now.
It did rain about an hour ago, Mark.
Yeah, there was some rain, so it is a little bit humid as we get ready for the national anthem. I think they're listening to the alma mater right now. Just finished that up, and now we're ready for the color guard to come out. Color guard associated with the U.S. Army under the direction of Mr. Leonard Cianciotto. There's our color guard right there. They have three flags, U.S. flag, Texas flag, and the battalion, the Bulldog Battalion flag. The left guard is Cadet Staff Sergeant Daniel Cuesta. The right guard is Cadet First Lieutenant Ronaldo Lara. And then carrying the U.S. flag is Lieutenant Colonel Elizabeth Puente. And then carrying the state flag is Cadet First Lieutenant Derek Toscano. And carrying the Bulldog Battalion flag, Cadet Staff Sergeant Kayla Bujanos. Getting ready for our national anthem. And now our veteran of the week. This is Mr. Syed Omar Lasso with his wife and family. He served for 18 years in the U.S. Army, 2001 to 2018, was involved in the war on terror, served in Afghanistan, had 2 campaign medals in Afghanistan as well. We appreciate his service. Our son on the cross-country team. Mr. Lazo now retired, and we appreciate his service in the U.S. Army for 17, 18 years. Now for our national anthem.
Say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Wow, very well done, Miss Miranda Arguelles, who was all-state in music last year for choir. As you can see, is also in the steppers, and Wow, just an all-around talented student there under the direction of Mr. Bo Shira, the choir director for McAllen High School. And we're just about ready to start some football here. Mackay and PSJA Memorial, we know they have kind of a bitter taste in their mouth from last week, both coming in at 0-1, both looking to get back on the winning track here today. Getting ready for the coin toss here in just a moment. Probably about a minute away from that. The player's going to be running out onto the field. We'll see if we can take a look at our officials before we get started here tonight. It's a full crew, 7-man officiating crew we have this evening for this non-district game. PSJA Memorial competing in District 15 5A Division 1, and there they are before
out,
the game,
Check this
all
out.
dressed up.
I don't know if this guy's dressed for the game or maybe to go to dance after the game, so maybe they're not going to throw that many penalties. Chirinos, Garcia, Martinez, Cantu, Garza, Martinez, and Alvarado. We're used to seeing this crew here on many occasions, Mark. It's one of the top crews in the Rio Grande Valley.
All right, and yeah, obviously that taken probably about an hour before the game started. And there you can see the crew in the middle of your screen there with their more familiar zebra outfits on.
I do want to mention that Julian Alvarez substituted for one of them because somebody got sick. And Julian Alvarez, a good official, he was telling me that he has a game, I think, tomorrow at Austin Westlake.
And as we were mentioning, Mackay District 16 5A Division 1 and PSJA Memorial District 15 5A Division 1. So this is a good matchup between two non-district teams as they get ready for district. In fact, PSJA Memorial has district as that's going to be their next opponent. In fact, they'll actually be off next week for a bye, and they'll get ready for Weslaco East to have their district opener a couple weeks from now. Mackay, of course, has one more non-district game before they hit the district slate in a couple of weeks. So both teams are at that point where they kind of...
And I will tell you this, Mark, that somebody sends out a shout out to you, a coach that coached on this field for a long time, Rio Grande Valley Sports Hall of Famer. We'll talk about his son a little bit as the Bulldogs are coming out. But
yeah,
Coach Bill Littleton wants to say hello to you two or three times.
Yes.
Really
Well, that was nice of him. Yeah, Coach Bill Littleton.
That you and I did up here for him on the booth and covering. I mean, he was an outstanding coach. He made it easy for us.
Yeah, he retired now as working as an assistant coach with PSJA Memorial under his son, who's the head coach, as the Wolverines come out under Coach William Littleton, who's in his 4th year, son of the Hall of Famer Bill Littleton. And the Wolverines, PSJA's 3rd high school, opened up in the mid-1990s.
You know, since 2011, Mark, they had not made the playoffs until last year. So, you know that Coach Will Littleton went in there and he changed the entire culture. As you take a look at Coach Littleton right there with the headset, yeah, he changed the entire culture. The kids bought into what he was trying to say, and they were successful. And of course, you got to win to get the kids to believe in you. So a good job. And of course, we got Patrick Shelby here at Mackay. As you can take a look at him right there at the top of the screen. Coach Shelby has been here for how many years?
This is his 6th year now. They've made the playoffs the last 3 years in a row.
Yeah, and there's Will Littleton.
Yeah, there he is, Will Littleton with the beard there, walking across. Looks pretty fired up.
He does.
Getting his troops ready.
And right next to him, there's the dad. Probably getting on a couple of linebackers.
Yeah, now we'll do the coin toss. And this is different this year. The coin toss traditionally has been about 15 minutes before kickoff, but now it's just 1 minute before kickoff. There's the captains for the Mackay Bulldogs, Tristan Keith, who did not play last week, then Will Hogg, quarterback Joaquin Valdez, Oliver Schwartz, linebacker Maddox Braxton, offensive lineman, and Joaquin Uitran, defensive line.
We'll begin the game with PSJA Memorial receiving at the south end zone.
Mark, those captains better come to play. They're the leaders for the Bulldogs. Schwartz on the defense and Hawk. And of course the big guys up the middle, Braxton.
They just said the PSJA Memorial will receive on the south end of the field, advance toward the north, so they'll have, if there was any wind, it would generally be at their backs when you're advancing toward the north end zone, given the configuration of this stadium, but we have no wind at all. And I imagine the humidity must be kicking up a bit since we had a good bit of rain just about an hour and a half before the game began.
And it is important for both teams, like we talked about the keys to the game, Mark, for them to come out, forget about it, start making some positive plays and get that confidence back on their side.
Be PSJA Memorial to start off. PSJA Memorial wearing the traveling white uniforms with the green helmets and the green numerals. And of course, McAllen Highs festooned in the purple and gold. And here we go, here's the kick. High and a little bit short, and it's going to be fair caught right about the 20-yard line. We're going to actually give the ball at the 23, so PSJA Memorial will start off in good field position. See, we mentioned Ryan Reyna in there at quarterback for the Wolverines. Reyna threw for 525 yards last year, rushed for nearly 900, and accounted for 25 touchdowns on the offense. Handoff. This is his top running back. That's Emiliano Kalunga. Kalunga had a big year last year, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. He got 1,300 yards, 12 touchdowns. So he's a big part of their offense. But limping up a little bit. But Bulldog defense, they were in the game last week. But they allowed a touchdown right before halftime. That's what brought the team down a little bit. But it's time to just forget about that.
Yeah, put everything from last week behind you. Here we go with a whole new game, and on 2nd down and 7, handoff Kalunga, and the Bulldogs stuffed this one. Bulldogs all over it, a swarm of Bulldogs in there, including Alex Corpus and Oliver Schwartz in there.
We know Schwartz, he had over 100 tackles last year, so he's going to be a real active young man right there in the middle of the field. He's also calling out the plays.
Yeah, Pardo also in on this tackle. You can see nowhere to go for Kalunga, who actually lost a yard back to the, well, actually he managed to get back to the line of scrimmage, so it'll be 3rd down and 7.
And Mark, you have to remember the Mackay defense only has 2 seniors starting.
And here out of the shotgun, Reyna, left-handed quarterback, throws, and this is caught. It's going to be a 1st down for PSJA Memorial as they cross the 40 up to about the 41-yard line.
That's exactly what Coach Will Littleton wanted out of his offense. They struggled to score 3 points last week, but on this play, Reyna rolls out to his favorite side because he's a lefty, and he put the ball right where he needed to put it, into Robert Morales' hands.
So that's a 1st down. They pick up 13 yards on the catch by Morales. And here they go, 1st and 10, now at their own 41-yard line. Send a man in motion. Reyna's going to keep this himself. We mentioned he's a running threat, and look at that. Bounced off one would-be tackler, and he's off to the races. The 30-yard line, still going inside the 20. Now at the 5, hit and scores. Touchdown, Wolverines. And they are on the board here early.
And that's what hurt the McAllen Bulldogs last week. Poor tackling was real hurtful for them. And they were there to make the tackle, but they missed the tackle. Of course, Reyna's a good athlete. We talked about that he loves to run the ball. He's had more success running than passing. But here comes a gadget play, Mark, and it's going to work for 2. Did you see that setup? I don't know what you call it.
Yeah, they get 2 points there.
I want to see it again. I have rarely seen something like this, but Coach Will Littleton is bringing out everything. Take a look at the replay, Mark.
That was Banks, who carried it in for 2 points. We're going to look at the touchdown again. This is a 59-yard run here by Reyna.
1 missed tackle, 2 missed tackles.
Put a stiff arm out there. And you can see as he gets closer here, he was able to get inside just before he was bounced out of bounds. He was able to cross that pylon.
The 2-pointer, I think we're going to get to see it here, Mark. They set up in a very unusual setup. I don't know what you call it, but it surprised the Bulldog defense for sure.
Yeah, a lot of teams will set up at certain formations and then wait for the defense to kind of adjust to them. But if they don't adjust, then they go ahead and run the play. So it's kind of an option, if you will, where they can do the regular kick. But if the defense does not make the adjustment, then they run the gadget play.
And maybe later on, the director Raul Ramos can bring us back that play because it was a pretty neat setup. The 2-point conversion, I had never seen how they set up. Here's the kickoff.
4-play, 75-yard drive. And here come the Bulldogs. On this return, this is Joseph Rivas, and Rivas has a lot of room. Look at that. Oh, look at this. Had one man to beat. The kicker was able to push him out of bounds, but a great return there for the Bulldogs, and they will be in business here in the first quarter.
Nice run back by Joseph Rivas, who took the kickoff about 2-3 yards inside his own end zone, but it all was set up by very good blocking. So there's a good special teams play for the Bulldogs.
Going to take another look at that try for 2 now. We'll try to bring it back again. And here go the Bulldogs. Look at this. They got all the way into Wolverine territory at the 42. Here's our first play from scrimmage. And this is a good one. It's got a first down all the way inside the 30. And it's a good play there by Talant Garcia.
It all starts with the right side of the Bulldog offense. Right tackle, guard. They almost fumbled, Mark, right there. Good hands.
Yeah, kind of an end around there to Garcia. He was able to run it all the way down inside the 30 to the 27-yard line, pick up at 15 yards. First play by McAllen.
Ouch. After a successful run, you would think that offensive coordinator Philip Romero's
An incomplete pass here.
Yeah, he wants to set up a little bit of the passing so he can soften the defense so they'll be able to run the ball.
Hunter Morley was the intended receiver, so now they're on 2nd and 10. Handoff right side. This is Morley. Morley has nowhere to go as he's wrapped up at about the 26-yard line, gain of just 1. And this will bring up 3rd down.
Diego Villegas in on the play. And, so I was talking to Coach Littleton's dad, and he was talking about that he loves coaching linebackers. So you can expect some good linebacker play today on the Wolverine side. So it's a 3rd and 9, Mark, an obvious throwing situation, but you have the experienced Joaquin Valdez.
Yeah, 3rd down and 9. Valdez trying to set up the screen.
Nice.
Oh, goes through the hands of the intended receiver. That was Andres Garza, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And that's a good call on your part, Mark, that you notice it was a screen, because if he would have caught it, it would have been interesting to see if he would have been able to get enough yardage for a 1st down. How about this, Mark? We're going to have about a 43-yard field goal attempt. And this young man, I noticed him last week. He has a very good leg. That's Cash Casares, I believe.
Yep, Cash Casares from 43 yards. Oh, the kick is going to be way short. It's even returnable. PSJA Memorial picking this up. They can bring this out. Cross the 10, the 15, and then bounced out of bounds.
Pretty good hit there at the end.
Yeah, on that return there was Nolan Ramirez, who's a backup quarterback and a defensive back for Memorial.
I think the special teams coach for the Wolverines is going to tell them, hey, that ball's in the end zone, just kneel it, we'll take the ball.
On the way out to the 17.
Take a look at Ramirez with the kickoff, and he takes a pretty good hit right here. Right there, oh man. You'll remember that.
You'll feel it too, tomorrow morning.
Might make him think again, like, I don't need to take a hit like that next time, I will kneel it.
Okay, band goes in motion. Reyna's going to keep it. The same play he ran for 59 yards and a touchdown earlier. And this one goes for good yardage all the way across the 25 to the 30-yard line, and that'll move the chains.
I'll tell you what, Mark, almost just 2 plays on this, 2 carries by Reyna. He's already close to about 100 yards. So he is as good as advertised. You give him a choice, he'd probably want to run, but don't underestimate his arm as he had that completion for a first down, which was a big thing because it was a 3rd down completion.
There's another toss right. This is Colunga. And Colunga spins away from one would-be tackler and crosses the 40. Looks like he has a first down.
And Emi Colunga, he's a pretty good runner. Like we said, 1,300 yards last year. Not a big kind of running back, but he's got very much, he's a running back with quickness and balance. And he can break tackles if you don't really bring him down real quick.
Yeah, that's his biggest run. PSJA Memorial closing in on 100 yards rushing. Barely, not even halfway through the first quarter yet. Is he going to toss this? This is Colunga once again. This time the Bulldogs on top of it. Schwartz knocks him down. Also Frisbee was in there. Cash Frisbee hold him to a short gain, and it'll bring up 2nd and 9.
Those are the defensive leaders we've talked about. That they have to come to play and have a consistent game and get the other role players to do their job.
So 6 minutes, 50 seconds to go here in quarter number 1. 8-0 our score. PSJA Memorial in front. Reyna will go out of the pistol. He's going to keep it, trying to get to the left side. Bulldogs smell this one and stop him for a loss, actually, back to the 41-yard line. And that'll bring up 3rd down and long.
And on this play, the Rover, senior Will Hawk is the one that messed it up. He might not get credit for the tackle when we take a look at the replay, Mark, but he's the one that hit the quarterback right away. And
slowed him down, forced him inside.
Yeah, that's what you do as linebackers, is keep them in between the hash marks, and then that way your defensive lineman can get in on the tackle.
So 3rd down and 10 now from the 41-yard line. Under 6 minutes to go here in quarter number 1.
So we know Reyna's a left-hander, Mark. Sometimes you want to put, I think we're going to have a timeout, you want to put your quarterback in position to roll out where he doesn't have to throw the ball against his body.
We have a Journey Business Solutions timeout on the field.
Got a timeout called by PSJA Memorial. 8-0 our score. PSJA Memorial in front. Facing a long 3rd and 10 here. We see some of the fans here. I think they're doing the smile cam right now. Some fans having a big time, enjoying the game here tonight. It was Parents' Night. They introduced the parents of the football players, the dance team, the steppers, and also members of the band. We see the McAllen Marching Band right there. And we see a lot of middle school kids and elementary kids that come and watch the games too. Do want to give a shout out to Jacob Ball from Cathy Middle School, his Cobra, and enjoys watching his high school football. And here we are back to action now, as Reyna's going to throw this on 3rd and 10, and this is caught by Morales and a first down. That was a nice timing play there, set up well by PSJA Memorial.
Yeah, what happened there also is there was no pressure by the defensive lineman. Of course, Reyna didn't take too long to release, but the quarterbacks are playing very deep. And they're basically giving that pass in front, and that was just too much of a cushion for the defensive back for the Bulldogs. They're going to have to play a little tighter. If not, the Wolverines are going to have a lot of success.
So for another first down here for the Wolverines. One Wolverine may have jumped early, and that's what they're halting play for.
False start.
Legal procedure.
Offense, Number 4, 5-yard penalty. Remains first down.
That was a goal, Jim. Penalty
Drew
flag.
the flag from up here. That's how easy that was. The referee, Javier Chirinos. In the middle of the screen, umpire, Ruben Garcia. I know these guys very well, Mark, because they're basketball officials too. I've officiated a lot of basketball games with them.
Yeah, good crew out there. That's the first penalty we've had tonight. So 1st and 15 now for the Wolverines. Gonna fake the handoff and play action here. Reyna with time. And unable to connect with number 4, Emilio Gonzalez, the tight end. That'll bring up 2nd down.
That's another part of the skill set for Reyna. The fake that he gave out right there. You saw how he tucked the ball and it did fool a couple of defenders. Good play that could have gotten at least 5 or 6 yards. Instead, now it's 2nd and 15.
So 2nd and 15 now here for PSJA Memorial. Reyna wants to throw. Now being chased. Running for his life. Has to get rid of it. And throws it out of bounds. He was well outside the tackle box, so no intentional grounding. Now bring up 3rd down and long.
And you know, sometimes in this, Mark, there's not much of a stat except an incompletion. But take a look at Mason Briones. He's the one that put the pressure and messed up the play. But give credit to Reyna. Instead of taking about a 6 or 7 yard loss, throws it away. That is a smart one. And I think somebody in the sideline caught that ball. One of the
Yeah, I think...
coaches, do we give that coach a credit?
Yeah, we
for
got
the
to.
reception?
I think it might have been Coach Shelby.
Ah, how about that?
Still got it.
Big offensive lineman can also catch. But I don't know if it was Coach Shelby, but we're giving him credit. He'll like that.
Oh, and now another timeout called by PSJ Memorial.
We have a Journey Business Solutions timeout on the field. And this quarter,
So let's take a break. PSJA Memorial 8, Mackay nothing, mid-first quarter. We'll be back right after this.
South Texas, we know family is everything. That's why at South Texas Health System Clinics, we focus on providing exceptional care for generations of patients. Our family practices offer a wide range of services for every member of your family, from infants to seniors. Our experienced physicians take the time to listen and provide personalized care, ensuring the health and well-being of your family for years to come. At South Texas Health System Clinics, we're dedicated to keeping families healthy and happy. We are here for you every step of the way.
And welcome back. It's 3rd down and 15 here for PSJA Memorial. Four down linemen for the Bulldogs. They might be blitzing here, and they are. Reyna with time, though. He's going to go deep, right side. He's got a man down there, Morales, and it's tipped away, incomplete. Great defending there by Mackay. They had 2 defenders. Corpus was back there along with his teammate Ayala.
Good job right there at the end, hanging in there and not committing a penalty. And then Alex Corpus, I believe, number 4. Good pressure by the Bulldog defensive line right there. Also in on that play on defense is Aiden Ayala. And they forced a punt.
Yeah, and Bulldogs going to try to get this in traffic. The ball comes loose. It's a muff, and I think the Bulldogs did recover it, though.
Lucky bounce.
So one of the Bulldogs tried to catch it in traffic, and it ended up potentially disastrous, but
when he
not
did
so.
that at the last minute, it looked very dangerous. I was going to say, uh-oh, and then the fumble, but sometimes luck is on your side, and the Bulldogs don't need that. They don't need that kind of turnover. They would have given the ball back to the Wolverines at the 20-yard line.
That's our first punt of the evening. 5:14 to go in the first quarter. Bulldogs have it. Their second possession here. was a nice little run there by Morley.
Pretty good blocking on the right side, Mark. That's where the Bulldogs have had a couple of successful runs. Brandon behind Braxton Maddox. Nice play on defense by linebacker Diego Villegas. I'd like to send a shout out to Mrs. Jessie Vela, the wife of a longtime school board member at PSJA. Her husband, the school was named after him, a middle school, Alamo Middle School.
Here's on third down. It caught by Rivas, the tight end. First down and more. Loses the football, though, at midfield, and the Wolverines have it. So a great catch and then a run by Rivas. But then the ball came loose. It's our first turnover, and PSJA Memorial will set up at midfield. Fumble recovery by Tomas Lopez.
And in that possession, Mark, Joaquin Valdez showed off his arm with a perfect pass. And that's what's happened to the Bulldog offense. A little inconsistent so far in a game, and a little bit with 4 minutes to go in the first quarter. And what happens there, Mark, is that if you're not sustaining drives, then you're putting a lot of pressure on your defense that has to be on the field longer.
So first turnover tonight, and here Reyna hands this off. Turning up forward across the 45 to about the 43. Looked like Colunga on that carry.
When I was talking to Coach Will Littleton about what he thought his keys to the game were, he definitely talked about run the ball and control the offensive line of scrimmage and defensive line of scrimmage, and they definitely control that offensive line of scrimmage on that run of a big 8 yards.
So second down and 2. Another handoff. And this looks like it has enough for the first down up to the Bulldog 40-yard line. And on that carry was the big fullback, John Trevino.
When I talked to Coach Shelby about what his keys to the game were, he talked about just his team being able to be consistent. He said that in the last game they hurt themselves by lack of execution and focus, but he believes in his team. It's early. It's a young team, Mark. There's not a lot of seniors that are starters on the Bulldog team.
5 first downs here in the first quarter for the Wolverines. And a tight end left side. They're going to fake the handoff here. Reyna rolling out, has some room to run. Now he is going to run it. He's going to pick up the first down at the 30, and then is forced out of bounds. And another first down there for PSJA Memorial.
That shows you Reyna's athletic ability. He saw a big open field. He even tried to fake it, like he was going to pass, and that got the defenders they had to hold their ground right here. He fakes it, and then he uses his legs and gains an additional about 15 yards.
Yeah, picked up 19 yards on that run. That puts the Wolverines over 100 yards rushing. Under 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. 8-0 Wolverines.
I don't know, Mark, if it's outside the hash marks, if you can hit offensive players on the back.
No longer allowed, I believe.
Because I think in the last
anywhere on the field.
I meant to say defensive players, because in the last one, there was a player that was hit in the back, but the quarterback was already past the play, so maybe that's why it's okay.
That was a gain of 7 there.
That line of scrimmage, Mark. So far, that big offensive line for the Wolverines are doing a very good job of pushing back the Bulldog, the main front four.
So second down and 3 here for PSJA Memorial. Going to hand this off. Some new running back here who's hit and knocked down. Hawk got in there. Another Bulldog that was in there was Schwartz. Those are 2 of the leading tacklers from last year's team. Schwartz with over 100 tackles last year.
He had a tremendous year. He was all over the field.
On the carry, by the way, was Miguel Resendez. And bring up third down.
Third down.
And he was held to no gain.
They're going to come and measure, Mark, actually. And but regardless of the situation, if they get the first down or not, you know it's 2 down territory, Mark. They got 2 plays to make a first down. Maybe if they got it, it looks from up here. Yep, they got it.
Did, yeah, did pick up enough for the first down. I was looking at the down marker.
Yes.
Which suggested that he didn't get any gain, but they were just keeping it there in case he did not get the first.
So here's where the Bulldog defense is going to be asked to make some plays and keep the Wolverines out of the end zone.
Another play, Reyna trying to get outside, and the Bulldogs aren't having it. Bulldog defense coming up with a big play there. That was the Ayala, the cornerback.
And Ayala does a big play right there, Mark, because if Aiden Ayala doesn't make that play, Reyna could go all the way right there. He had a big open field. And you know when he smells the end zone like he did last time, he got into the end zone. See, the Bulldogs are making plays, but they're not consistent. Then they give up the big plays.
So second down and 8. Can actually pick up a first down at the 1-yard line. And here's Reyna, toss left. This is Colunga, has a hole at the 5, hit at the goal line, and goes in for the touchdown. And the Wolverines move ahead by 2 scores here in quarter number 1.
That's pretty much good blocking, Mark, but also Colunga, you can see why he comes into this game with 1,300 yards. He didn't rush himself. He allowed the blockers to block, and then he has good vision. He was able, because there were some Bulldog defenders in the area, but he was able to find the right move and the opening that led to the touchdown.
And here's next point try, more conventional way. It's up and good by Omar Garcia. And with 48 seconds left in quarter number 1, it's PSJA Memorial 15, McAllen nothing. We're going to take a break. We'll be back with more football night in McAllen ISD after this. And welcome back here at DQ Fan Field. Football night in McAllen ISD, and the Wolverines kick off. This is high and deep. Bulldogs going to run this out across the 10-yard line. Now bouncing it outside. Looks like Garcia on the return there gets out to the 20. So actually on the return was 82 Joaquin Alvarez.
I'd like to send a shout out to McAllen High School principal, Stephanie Friedland. I saw her she and her staff were at like a pre-game meal, just talking strategy and what their responsibility was. And she did tell me, she did tell me to say that this is the Bulldog house. Okay? Just said,
yes.
Mario, you tell Mark and y'all announce this is our house. I said, well, you got to win to keep it your house. So we'll see what happens.
So here rolling out, this is Valdez. Let this one go, and it's going to be incomplete. Was intended for Garcia. Garcia Jr., and it'll be second down.
And just like the Bulldog defense has been a little inconsistent, I mean, let's not forget, Mark, they've only had one game, and we're almost 35 seconds from one quarter. It does take time for some offenses to get into a rhythm. But once they do that, this Bulldog has a lot of potential, this Bulldog offense.
Say handoff. This is Morley on the carry. Morley, who had a 37-yard run for a touchdown last week against Los Fresnos, carries this one up to the 24-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 6.
And we'll see, we'll have another play with 15 seconds to go. The Bulldogs down 15-0. I think they're going to wait, Mark.
They're going to let the quarter run out. So after 1 quarter of play, it's PSJA Memorial 15, Mackay nothing. We'll take a break, be back with the 2nd quarter in just a moment. You're watching Football Night in McAllen ISD.
Why choose Lone Star National Bank for your business? Because no other bank does more to support local businesses. In fact, we are the #1 lender in the Valley to small businesses. We put money to work here in our community.
That helps our local businesses grow.
Creating more jobs.
And more opportunities for all of us.
Working together.
Together.
We do what the little banks can't and the big banks won't. Lone Star National Bank, the Valley's bank.
And welcome back. We're starting the 2nd quarter here at DQ Fan Field. Gorgeous view there. See across the valley there, across McAllen into Far.
And Mark, I know it's early in the 2nd quarter, we're just starting, but this is a big play for the Bulldogs. I mean, that offense has to get a couple of first downs and stay on the field.
Yeah, 3rd down and 6 now for the Bulldogs. They're 24. Pass, this is caught. This is Garcia at about the 27. That's going to be well short of the first, however. And I imagine the punting unit will come on.
And that's the difference between the Wolverine offense when they needed a first down. They got it on a passing play. And the Bulldogs have just not been able to get the necessary yardage for first down. And that's going to put more pressure on the Bulldog defense because the Wolverines are going to get good field position.
And back to punt. That's number 55. That's Alan Martinez, senior. Got an official's whistle.
Delay game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Remains 4th down.
That was a goal.
It's the first penalty on the Bulldogs, a delay of game. So here they go on 4th and 8. And they'll boot this one away from the return man, and PSJA Memorial will not get a return. And closest man there was Arturo Gomez, who elected not to contest for it. And it's going to be killed at the Wolverine 42-yard line. So the Wolverines forced the Bulldogs to punt for the first time with 10:54 to go in the first half. PSJA Memorial with 2 touchdowns already in this game.
Well, here's where the McAllen Bulldog defense, they have to come up with a big stop, Mark. The Bulldogs cannot afford to go down 3 scores this early in the game.
So play action here by Reyna. It's going to throw deep over the middle. Intended for Morales. It falls short. And it'll be incomplete. On the coverage there was Sebastian Ramirez.
Very good job by Sebastian Ramirez, because Reyna did have time to throw. But man, he's got a good ability to, he almost faked me out on that, Mark.
Yeah, he's good with the play action. And their play action's effective because when you got a guy like Kalunga and a host of bevy of running backs back there, it forces teams to have to make sure of what's happening. They have to kind of sell to the run before they can shift to the pass. Here's a handoff. This is Kolunga. Crosses the 45 and is knocked down at the 46. They're a gain of 4. They'll bring up 3rd down.
And Kolunga actually lost his balance. If not, he would have gained some more yardage on this one. This number 44 was a lead blocker.
Yeah, lead block by Trevino.
Once again, in on the play, as he usually is Oliver Schwartz.
Here we go on 3rd down. Wolverines 3 for 4 on 3rd down. Gonna toss this right. Kolunga gets through the line of scrimmage, has a 1st down, all the way into Bulldog territory to the 46-yard line. The gain of 8 on the play.
And on that play, Mark, it almost looked like the Bulldog defense, they were there, like they were gonna stop Kolunga before he got his 1st down, and then all of a sudden, his vision, he finds the holes, and that's where he goes. And the tackle right there at the end was Alejandro Corpus.
We're going to spot him at the 44-yard line. And here they go with the reverse to the left side. A lot of room to work with there. And the runner, Arturo Gomez, brought down as he crosses the 40. Let's see, to about the Mackay 38-yard line.
And once again, the Bulldog defense keeps getting pushed back. Anytime you have a lot of your defensive backs and safeties in on the tackles, Mark, that means that the line of scrimmage is being won in the trenches by the Wolverine offense.
So 2nd down and 4.
I'm gonna have to call a timeout.
Shot clock, the game clock getting away from them a little bit, and they have to take a timeout. So timeout by PSJA Memorial. That's their last one here early on in the 2nd quarter. They're ahead 15-0, but facing a 2nd down and 4. Elected to call a timeout here. For the game, it was Parents' Night. They kind of celebrated and recognized the parents of the Bulldog football players, also the steppers and the members of the band. Nikki Rowe playing on the road this week. They'll be at Los Fresnos. McAllen Memorial will be at home tomorrow. We'll have that game for you. That'll be our next webcast. McAllen Memorial taking on the Weslaco Panthers.
Well, remember when they were in the same district, Mark?
Oh, yeah, that was exciting. Weslaco East will be the district opponent for PSJA Memorial in a couple of weeks as they open up District 15-5A Division I play.
There's a bunch of teams in that district, maybe 8 or 9 teams, so you really have to
even
work
a
hard.
couple of Corpus schools are in that district. Flower Bluff and Veterans Memorial. And here's a ball coming loose. There's also a flag down. Mackay saying they have it. Well, a Mackay player casually hands the ball to the official, but no signal yet. That was Pardo.
5 players in the backfield. That penalty is declined. 1st down, Mackay.
So they do count the play, and Mackay does recover the fumble. That was Pardo getting the fumble.
Pardo at the right place at the right time. I wish I could see who caused the fumble, because sometimes they don't get credit for it. It's only the one that recovers. But really couldn't tell, but that was a good hit by the defender that hit the ball to cause a fumble. That's exactly what the Bulldogs need right now. And now this Bulldog offense, they need to get going.
Came up with a big play at the right time. Being told by our director that it was Buitron, Joaquin Buitron, who caused the fumble that was recovered by Pardo.
But that's why we have one of the best directors in the state, Mark.
Yeah, so we got that eagle-eyed team. We're going to take a look at it here.
Oh, there he is.
You see, it was just a handoff, never got connected. And number 93 in the left of your screen there. Swatted the ball loose, and Pardo was able to recover it. So 2nd down and 10 now, after a gain of 4. Valdez in the pistol. He's got 3 receivers to his right. He's going to run it to the right, picks up some blocks, and then slides. We'll see where they spot this. It's going to be short of the 1st down. So he'll have 3rd and a yard.
I think Valdez thought he had enough before he slid, but I like what he does. He did this a lot last year, Mark. No need to hit. You know how the quarterbacks get protected when they slide. There's no need to get hurt. So that's a smart play by Valdez.
Bulldogs on 3rd down and short, able to hand it to Morley, who crashes across the 50 into Wolverine territory at the 49 and picks up the first down, or the second 1st down for the Bulldogs, but their first 3rd down conversion here tonight.
Now in the hurry-up offense, good, hard, determined running by Morley to ensure of him getting a 1st down.
Here they try to run this to the left side. That was Morley once again, trying to get behind the blocks of Braxton and Gonzalez. It brings up 2nd down now and 9.
This is not the type of down you want to be in these situations, Mark, when your offense is struggling 2nd and long.
About halfway through the 2nd quarter here, as Valdez flushed out, now throws it into traffic, and the ball knocked away. Looked like about 3 defenders and 2 receivers down in that area. Cinco Jones was down there, as was...
There could be a holding.
Yep, Alvarez, and a flag is down though.
Black in the back or something like that, Marcus. You can see that the referee is going to go ask Littleton if he wants to take the penalty.
Holding.
There's your holding.
Offense, number 77, 10-yard penalty, replay, 2nd down.
How would you like to be an offensive lineman, Mark, and nobody ever recognizes you unless you have a penalty?
Oh yeah, there we see it right there. That's what kept Valdez alive. Yeah, it's not fun. I mean, it's a tough job, and the only time you seem to get recognized is in a negative sense.
That was like a pancake also in that play.
So penalty, 10 yards against the Bulldogs. They have 2nd down and 20.
And there's no need to try. There's no need to try to go get all those yards right away. But the running play was a surprise play. But the Wolverine defenders were ready and only gained like about 4 yards.
So once again, 3rd down here for the Bulldogs. Last time it was 3rd and 1. Now it's 3rd and 14. Valdez rolling out on 3rd and 14 is going to unleash this one deep, and this one's intercepted. A couple of receivers are down in the area. Rivas was one, the other was Broden Santos, but it was intercepted by PSJA Memorial.
That's a good job by the Wolverine secondary.
I think that was Banks.
Yeah, I think it was Banks. They know it was a passing down. So, but this one makes it tough for the Bulldogs. When you're in a 3rd and a long situation, you have a tendency to force the ball. But it almost serves as a punt anyway, Mark. So the ball's at around the 20. This is where, with 5 minutes and 29 seconds to go, the Bulldog defense, they need to try to create another turnover or at least get a stop. They cannot afford to give too many 1st downs away.
Yeah, that was a good point, Mario. That was essentially like a punt. They threw that one about 30, 35 yards downfield. So PSJ Memorial with the ball at their own 20 after Banks' interception. 2nd turnover of the game by Mackay. There we have a run play here by Trevino. It's back to the line of scrimmage.
See, this is what's happening with this Bulldog defense that they're trying to figure out. It's young. They get a good play, and basically they do not allow a yard on that. As you see, a bunch of Bulldogs right there. 13 and number 44, Pablo de la Rosa. But what happens, Mark? Then they give up the big play.
So 2nd down and 10 now. That was Trevino once again, getting a gain of a yard. And it'll bring up 3rd down and long.
That was a good play right there by the Bulldogs. Back-to-back good plays, and that now puts Wolverines in a 3rd and 9 situation, which is a passing situation. They don't like to pass a lot, but they're capable of being successful, as we saw in the first quarter when they were in a 3rd and long situation and they got the 1st down.
Yeah, 3rd down and 9 here. They're 4 for 5 on 3rd down. Done really well on their conversions here this evening. So Reina's going to roll out, now stops to throw. Man is open, that's Morales. It's caught and a 1st down once more. And they stop the clock here with 3:52 to go before halftime.
And that's just too easy for the quarterback. Number 1, Reina really didn't have much pressure, and the route that was run was pretty good. Good hands.
13 yards on that pickup for the 1st down.
This is why you call it a team defense. It's hard for the defensive backs if your defensive linemen or linebackers are not putting pressure on the quarterback.
See if the Bulldogs, how many they rush here. They got 4 down linemen. They're going to rush 4. Handoff. This is Colunga. Colunga bounces off one tackler. Is still going now. Loses the ball. Banks recovers it. And I did see the beanbag come out, so it was ruled a fumble on the field, and so a little bit of a loss of yardage, but Wolverines dodge a bullet there.
So how do you know, Mark, that when they throw the beanbag, it's a fumble?
Well, that's the indicator that they saw a fumble come out as they throw that beanbag.
That's right.
You might even see it here to the left of your screen. Yeah, legit fumble there.
That would have been a big break for the Bulldogs. Banks was alert. He recovered the fumble.
Only a loss of 1 there. Could have been much worse. So 2nd down. 1 Bulldogs jumped offside. Here's Colunga again. Gets back to the line of scrimmage, but we'll see if there's a flag down.
I don't see a flag. Wow. Don't look like there's some disappointed coaches on the sideline for the Wolverines. I was wondering if there was a flag there.
Yeah, I thought a Bulldog had jumped offside, but apparently not.
But here we go again. There's 2 back-to-back good plays by the Bulldog defense. 3rd and 10. We've seen this before. And Reina has had a lot of success in getting the 1st downs. Now, what is it, 5 out of 6 or 4 out of 5, Mark?
Yep, 5 out of 6. Facing 3rd and 10 here. Reina rolls off to the short side of the field, running out of space, and has to throw it away. And that'll stop the clock at 2:12 to go before halftime. And the Bulldogs are going to get the ball back with a chance to score.
That's the pressure.
2 scores.
That's the pressure we're talking about, Mark. Where was the pressure by the defense? Looks like Elias Garcia was the one putting pressure on Reina.
The punt unit, no pressure. Looks like the Bulldogs will be able to return this. Caught at the 29. No chance for a return as the defense swarmed all over him. We're going to have our fan cam now as the Bulldogs have 2:03 and all 3 of their timeouts in their pocket to work with.
That was a great punt, Mark, and a good special teams play.
right, big run here by the Bulldogs. So they start off at their own 26-yard line.
And got about 10 yards right there, right away, Mark.
Yeah, they're in a hurry-up offense. All the way up to the 36. Yeah, you're right, a first down. So they got to run this one up the middle. That's Morley once again. And Morley has another first down.
Nice, good blocking. You know, running backs are as good as their line, their offensive line. And right now the Bulldog offense is blocking.
And handoff Morley again. This time Wolverines a bit more ready for it this time. They hold them to a gain of just 1.
Did you see that Bulldog offensive line? I think a little pep in their step now. They're winning the line of scrimmage.
Here they are on second down.
That's going to be 3rd and 7. At least the clock stops with the incompletion.
Bulldogs 1 for 5 on 3rd down. Here they go on 3rd down and 7. Here this is caught, flanker screen, and it's going to be short of the first. This ball was first catch of the year there by number 18, Greg Cedillo.
And with less than a minute to go here, Mark, a 4th and 3. I believe the Bulldogs will either call a timeout, talk about it, or not, to see. They are going for it.
We're in the last minute, 40 seconds left. Bulldogs have all 3 of their timeouts. 4th and 3 here. Shotgun snap, Valdez throwing right. This is caught. Still short of the first, and I think he's got it now. They actually have to fight their way for the first down, and a great play there by the running back, Andres Garza, to fight for that first down.
He did excellent, Mark. I think he barely made it.
Timeout.
But, and the Bulldogs call a timeout to stop the
Their
clock.
first timeout of the half.
What an effort right there, Mark. It could turn out to be a big play by Andres Garza. And let's give credit to Joaquin Valdez. He made a very good throw. Number one, he was rolling out himself, and then the receiver, he had to lead the pass. Good execution by Valdez.
Nothing our score. PSJA Memorial in front on a couple of touchdowns. Just 30 seconds left here in the opening half. Bulldogs with 2 timeouts to work with after they just converted on 4th down. And here's Valdez rolling out, gonna throw deep. Man is open near the 5, and it falls incomplete. 2 defenders conversion there at the end on tight end Rivas, and the ball is incomplete.
And even though Joseph Rivas did not catch that ball, Mark, he did a good job of trying to go for it, because if not, it would have been intercepted. He came back for the ball.
Yeah, a couple of Wolverines closing in there. I think that was Banks and also number 3, Andrew Anzaldua. Banks a good two-way player for this Wolverines team.
Safeties and defensive backs for the Wolverines are doing a good job.
So on second down, Valdez will run this. Has the first down and more, crosses the 30 to about the 25. Bulldogs may use a timeout here with only 16 seconds left. Clock does stop while they move the chains. But it'll start up again unless they call timeout, which they do.
Timeout. Yes, they do, Mark, because they got 2 timeouts, and you might as well use them.
So the ball's at the 25-yard line. 1st and 10 here for Mackay. See how many yards that last play was. A 16-yard run there by Valdez. Pick up the first. Mackay with 6 first downs. PSJA Memorial with 10 first downs here in this first half. Coming up at halftime, we'll have a look at the PSJA Memorial Marching Band, followed by the McAllen Marching Band. Mighty Bulldog Band under the direction of Mr. Noel de la Cruz.
You got time for a pass in the end zone.
Here's Valdez going to throw this one, and this is caught near the 15-yard line by Santos.
Timeout, Mark.
They've got one timeout left. Clock is stopped at 8 seconds. I think they just used their last timeout, so they're facing a 2nd and 1. So at the 16-yard line after that play. Second down and 1 for the Bulldogs. Down 15-0, looking to get some points here. Closest they've come is a 43-yard field goal that fell short. 8 seconds left before halftime.
There is enough time, Mark, with 8 seconds to throw a ball into the end zone. Bulldogs do not have any more timeouts.
And here he's going to run this. Only has 8 seconds. Doesn't want to use too much time. Doesn't have any timeouts. And gets out of bounds at about the 7-yard line with no time left. And that's the end of the half. So the Bulldogs get all the way down to the 7. Would have had 1st and goal, but had no time left to work with. We're going to have our halftime kick now. This is a chance to win $100 from Performance Therapeutics. Each week, one of our teachers or educators gets to take an attempt for a extra point, basically 12 yards out. And here's the kick attempt given up by Luis Del Rio, and it's good. Mr. Del Rio, science teacher at Mac High, hits it and wins $100 from Performance Therapeutics. So way to go, Mr. Del Rio. We appreciate you, and we appreciate Performance Therapeutics for recognizing and supporting all our educators here at McAllen ISD. So we're going to hear from our marching bands. We see the principal there, Miss Friedland. Oh, she's happy for this. And the gentleman from Performance Therapeutics out there as well. All right, hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you on the other side after our bands perform here at the break at DQ Fan Field. Our score, PSJA Memorial 15, McAllen nothing.
Taking the field with the McAllen Steppers are the annual Stepper/Cheer Clinic participants. The annual McAllen Stepper and Cheerleader Clinic was held on Saturday, August 31st, 2024, for girls and boys ages 4 to 14. Officers for the Steppers are Captain Senior Mariana Luna, Showtime International All-Star. First Lieutenant Senior Grace Murray, Showtime International and Miss Showtime. Second Lieutenant Sophomore Miranda Gutierrez, Showtime International All-Star. The Stepper of the week is Tessie Macias. And now, ladies and gentlemen,
Band students of the week are Audrey Carizales, Gael Garcia, and Silas Morales. The section of the week is the low brass. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, tonight's halftime show, we invite you to take a trip with us on a journey like no other, as the McAllen Band and Color Guard take you on a wild train ride through the new frontier with our new fall production entitled All Aboard. Our adventure begins with the thrilling sounds of the Wild Wild West with the Magnificent Seven. But hold on tight, as this ride is only going to get more wild. Get ready to jump on board with Ozzy Osbourne's Crazy Train. Then as we race down the tracks, remember life's an adventure and anything is possible as we keep it going with Journeys Don't Stop Believin'. Thank you for joining us on this unforgettable ride. Let's hear it for the pride of McAllen, the Battlin' Bulldog Band. Drum majors Derek Potter and Juan Pablo Martinez, the field is yours.
that Battling Bulldog Band. The McAllen Band is under the field direction of Noel De La Cruz. Additional staff are George Sanchez, Sarah Canning, Christopher Cruz, and Victor Casas. Color Guard Director and Visual Coordinator is Freddie Gomez. Color Guard instructors are Eric Martinez and Cynthia Mata. Additional instructional staff includes Ceci Gutierrez, Alex Morales, and Juliana Gonzalez. And now, McAllen fans, alumni, on your feet as we honor our city and our school with the traditional spelling of the McAllen, the National Emblem March, and when that old MHS team falls in line. For their support they provide to music education in McAllen ISD. Thank you for everything you do for the McAllen Band.
I need 2 offensive balls and 1.
receive a t-shirt and free admission to each Bulldog home game.
Second half, and we see the little Bulldogs running out across the field. It's a tradition at every Bulldogs home game is kids in the elementary schools that eventually feed into McAllen. These future Bulldogs get to run across the field to start off the second half, and there's the current Bulldogs coming out onto the field as well, and they'll be receiving to start this second half against PSJA Memorial. Non-district game between these two 5A teams. They don't play very often. I think their last meeting was about 6 years ago. They're playing tonight. It's been PSJA Memorial so far, winning 15-0 at this point. So we head toward the second half. Looking at some of the stats in the first half, we had 10 first downs for PSJA Memorial, 7 for McAllen. Total yards for the Wolverines, 195, for McAllen, 138. Rushing yards for Memorial, 157, for McAllen, 97. Passing yards was about even, 38 for the Wolverines, 41 for the Bulldogs. Penalties were light, just 1 for 5 on the Wolverines, 2 for 15 on the Bulldogs. Passing for McAllen, 5 for 11. And for PSJA Memorial, 3 for 8. Third down conversions were big, 5 for 7 for PSJA Memorial, while McAllen was 1 for 6. So PSJA Memorial able to keep drives alive. They had 2 touchdowns. One scored on a 59-yard run by their quarterback, Reyna, and a 9-yard run by their running back, Paluga. We're underway here in half number 2. Bulldogs will let this one go out of the back of the end zone. It'll come out to the 25-yard line.
Well, towards the end of the second quarter, the Bulldogs did a good job of moving the ball, but they just ran out of time, and we'll see if they can hang on to that momentum going here early.
Yeah, that was kind of tough. That was kind of tough for McAllen at the end of the first half. They got the ball first and goal all the way to the 7, but the time had run out.
You know, Mark, you and I are used to getting a lot of people that tune in to us, but I think this might be the furthest away. We're having somebody from Alaska that love watching our games down here, and it's actually the grandmother of Joaquin Valdez.
Oh, excellent. Making us up in southwestern Alaska, I think.
Way
right?
up
That's
there.
The area
way
where
up
Anchorage
there.
might be.
She
the
came out of
Aleutian
retirement. She came out of retirement. She's teaching English to the Yupik Native children in southwestern Alaska. So this is good that we have this opportunity.
And here on second down and short, run straight ahead. It's going to be a first down there. Picked up by the quarterback, Valdez. You see he calls his own number here after giving it to Morley on first down.
And Mark, maybe Grandma Yolanda Gonzalez brought some luck here to Joaquin Valdez as he got that first down.
It was an 11-yard pickup there for the first down. And here, quarterback's going to keep it again. Trying to turn that corner. Is finally hit as he goes out at about the 43. Only a gain of 1 that time.
Eusebio De Leon, the defensive end, quickly got to Valdez before Valdez could get outside the corners. You take a look right there. The rest of the Wolverine defenders.
So second down and 9 here. First minute of play here of the third quarter. And now we have a reverse. It's kind of a counter play here to Morley, who has a lot of room into Wolverine territory. First down and more, all the way down to the 29-yard line.
That's exactly what the Bulldogs needed here as they start the third quarter, Mark. The momentum they carried from the end of the second quarter, it looks like it's carrying over, but this is where the Bulldogs need to continue to show the consistency.
Both teams doing well on the run. Farm Memorial 157 yards and McAllen 143 now after this terrific drive here. And here is Morley again breaking a tackle and taking it down to about the 24. A gain of 6 on the play.
Morley was inspiring runs right now, back to back, running hard. Gonna have looks like a timeout mark for injury.
Got an officials timeout. Officials timeout with exactly 10 minutes to play in the third quarter. 15-0 our score. PSJA Memorial in front.
Maybe not, Mark. I don't know. It looks like the referee did not acknowledge that a kid was on the ground, so the Bulldogs are quickly ready. And why not? They're on a roll.
2nd down and 4 for McAllen. You hand this off. Morley once again bounces off a couple of would-be tacklers, loses the football. Banks scoops it up for PSJA Memorial, and they're going to say that was a fumble, and it is indeed going to be PSJA Memorial's ball. And now we've got an official's timeout to boot with 9:42 to go here in the third quarter. Third turnover of the game on McAllen. We're going to take a break, and PSJA Memorial up 15-0. You're watching Football Night in McAllen ISD.
Seams Back to School sale is your perfect way to win. 6 weeks of perfect attendance earns students a chance to win a new car from Seams. And any student gets $500 off MSRP at Seams McAllen Ford, or always online at SeamsMcAllenFord.com. Drive local, drive Seams.
.942 to go here at DQ Fan Field. 15-0 our score. And we just had a very promising drive by McAllen that looks like it's going to go for naught, Mario.
And that's what happened. Well, so far here in 7 quarters for the Bulldog offense, they can move the ball, but then either a penalty or a turnover as you take a look at the Bulldog schedule, Mark. And that's what's hurting the Bulldogs so far early in the year.
See, the Bulldogs next week go to Ed Couch Elsa, take on the Yellow Jackets. That'll be Friday the 13th. So that'll be bad luck for somebody there. And then September 20th will be at La Jolla Juarez Lincoln. That'll be their district opener in 16-5A Division 1. And they've got Edinburgh Bella. And the schedule makers didn't do the Bulldogs any favors. They've got the first 2 district games on the road before they hit their bye week. And then they've got the Memorial Mustangs, who are looking really solid. After last week, they're shellacking of Brownsville Hannah 37-13. So that'll be their first 3 games will be tough. That district race. And here's Colunga for PSJA Memorial. Carries the ball across the 25 up to about the 27-yard line.
I do believe when the Mustangs get to see them, Mark, you have a familiar name in the backfield that we've been calling out for a lot of yards.
Yeah, we'll see him tomorrow night.
Yeah.
There's going to be another Spates in the backfield for McAllen Memorial. Braxton Spates, the youngest of the Spates brothers.
Can you imagine how many defensive coordinators are going to go, when can we get rid of this Spates kids? Awesome running backs.
His older brother, Trevor, with the all-time leading rusher in Valley history. We'll see his younger brother, a sophomore, for Memorial tomorrow. Meanwhile, here on 2nd down and 6, PSJA Memorial gets stuffed by the McAllen defense.
And tonight, the McAllen defense is doing a pretty decent job on 1st and 2nd downs, not allowing a lot of yardage, but it's the 3rd downs that are giving them problems. I believe the Wolverines have been successful 5 out of 7 times on 3rd downs.
Yeah, you're exactly right. So here they go on 3rd down and 5. McAllen looking to get a stop so they can get the ball back. They've had a lot of promising offensive moves the last 2 possessions. Got a new quarterback in there. He's going to run this up to across the 30 to the 34-yard line. Pick up a 5 on the play, but that'll be well short of the 1st down. New quarterback in there is number 12, Nolan Ramirez, who's the backup QB.
They actually gave him the 1st down, Mark.
Oh, did they?
I think the last effort, he got a good spot on the ball. But that one should never have been a 1st down. Again, the Bulldogs, they're having some missed tackles. They had the quarterback in the back, but missed tackles, Mark. It's hurting the Bulldog defense.
Yeah, I misread that one. Looked at the wrong yard
okay,
line.
Mark. It's okay. It's only our third game of the year.
Our second week of the season. Man goes in motion. That is Morales. And it's Ramirez stays in there at quarterback.
Timeout.
PSJA Memorial will elect to call timeout here with 7:23 to go in the third quarter. 15-0 our score. We'll take a break. You're watching Football Night in McAllen ISD.
Choose to start something good. Choose to leave things better than you found them. Choose to do the little things that matter. Choose to take pride in your neighborhood. If you could choose to do anything, choose to shine.
And we're back here on Football Night at McAllen ISD. 15-0 our score is a 1st and 10 here for PSJA Memorial. Going to toss this left. Kalunga bounces outside, has room, and he's gone. He's at midfield, now the 40, now the 20. And Kalunga's going to go in for his second touchdown of the year. And the Wolverines move ahead 21-0. A 65-yard burst there for Kalunga.
When we take a look at the replay, you're going to see another missed tackle. And you can't do that with a running back as good as Kalunga. Came into this game with 1,300 yards. And once he showed his speed once he was in the open field. We take a look at the replay. It was all over. A lot of celebrations. What is there? Do you know, Marcus? You're really good.
Oh yeah.
The Wolverinettes.
Wolverine dancing team celebrating.
Maybe somebody can help us with that.
High snap, good hold. Kick is up and away, and it is good. There is a flag down. This could be a roughing the kicker, which could be enforced on the kickoff. Let's see if it is.
Defense, number 15. That penalty is declined. The try for point is good.
So it's running into the kicker, which is instead of roughing the kicker, which is not a personal foul. Therefore, they ended up declining. It won't be enforced on the kickoff. But here's the touchdown once again.
There's a missed tackle right there. After that, it's over. He's way over 100 now, maybe around 150 mark, 175 yards, and he's got a lot of yards.
Yeah, the PSJA Memorial up to 233 yards rushing. Much of that from Kalunga. We're watching Football Night in McAllen ISD.
To be or not to be? That is the question. Line? Hello? Hello?
Attendance today, success tomorrow. Attendance matters.
And welcome back. A 4-play, 76-yard drive by PSJA Memorial. And they lead 22-0 here against the Mackay Bulldogs. We're in the mid part of the third quarter. Got a good crowd on hand here tonight.
McAllen ISD.
Yeah. See Miss Babauta in the middle there. She's an assistant principal at Mackay.
Miss Peña.
Yeah, Miss Jody Peña on the right, counselor.
Seems like, look at them, just like everything's under control with the students' body in the background.
Making sure the kids have a good time. And we got a touchback here. Mackay will get the ball to 25.
So how big was that fumble, Mark? The Bulldogs were moving. It looked like the offense was getting some confidence. Maybe if you score, you're only down 15-7. But then the Wolverines, they get the ball back, and they made the Bulldogs pay for that mistake. So now they're down 22 points. But there's still plenty of time.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. Yeah, plenty of time left. They can get a score here in the third quarter. They can bring it back to a 2-score difference as they enter the fourth. Still a tall order, but not beyond them. 1st and 10 at the 25. Man in motion is Garcia. He's going to hand off Morley. And Morley surges forward up to about the 29. 4-yard pickup, bring up second down.
Morley continues to run hard, Mark. And you can see here in 3 headquarters, Mark, that the culture over there at the Wolverines has changed a lot. They're playing smart football, not hurting themselves.
Yeah, they got into the playoffs last year after you mentioned this, first time since the 2011 season. Last year going 7-4, deep pass here, and this is going to be caught. Caught by McAllen down around the 40-yard line in Wolverine territory. Cinco Jones, I believe. Let's take a look here on the replay.
Yeah, Cinco Jones, Mark, and he did a great job of adjusting to the ball. That's what he did. Cinco Jones.
All the way down to the PSJA Memorial 42.
And on that last completion, Mark, what Joaquin Valdez did was he gave his receiver an opportunity, and that's exactly what Cinco Jones did. He came and grabbed the ball because he was more determined than the defender.
It was a 29-yard pickup on that play. And here's another opportunity for the Bulldogs, and this could pay off, and that's Rivas. How about that? Touchdown, Bulldogs, and right away the Bulldogs counterattack, and they're on the board for the first time here tonight.
That was quick, Mark. Awesome blocking on the left side. I didn't pick up the key block that made Rivas go into the open field. That's a great response, but that's what the Bulldog offense is capable of doing. They just haven't been able to do it consistently.
So 22-6 now. Cash Cáceres on to take the extra point try. Good snap and hold, no pressure. Kick is away, and it is good. Score down 22-7 with 5:48 to go here in quarter number 3. We can take another look at the touchdown. They had put him in motion, Rivas, the tight end. Kind of an end around, basically, and he was able to take off untouched, 39 yards for the end zone. 22-7 our score. We'll be right back.
Good job by Joaquin Alvarez blocking.
Hey, ready. Go. Go. Hey, where's he at?
Not here today, man. Attendance today, success tomorrow. Attendance matters.
Time now for the Smile Cam here at DQ Fan Field, and a perfect time for it, with a lot of smiles on the Bulldog side right now. Great smile cam there. We see Morales back to receive, standing about between his 5 and his 10-yard line. So the kick, this is a deep one. It's going to go into the end zone. He's going to run this out across the 10, and then is hit short of the 15-yard line, and a huge stop there by McAllen on the kick return coverage.
Good open field tackling.
Yeah, PSJA Memorial's ball at the 13-yard line. And kind of a strange game developing here. McAllen seems to have all the momentum, but it's PSJA Memorial still in control on the scoreboard. As we see, Morales ran this out, was slowed down by Garcia, and then eventually brought down after a wraparound tackle by Jules August.
Elijah Schwartz, I think, was also in on that tackle. So this is where the Bulldog defense can get a stop and make things interesting.
Yeah, if they get a stop here, they've got time to score again, make it a one-score game, headed to the 4th.
It's not going to be easy because you got a hot runner right now in Kalunga. And you know Ryan Reina can break it at any time. Quarterback.
We saw Resendez on the carry.
Now you start to think about the endurance of both teams, who has had some substitutions, was going to be able to go the whole entire fourth quarter.
Yeah, second down and 6 now. Just over 5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Handoff once again. Looks like Resendez fights his way up to about the 24. Looks like he's got enough for a first down.
Yep, that right side of the Wolverine offensive line continues to be impressive. I can tell you that the secondary side, Mark, the left and right corners and the safeties, they're playing up a little bit more on the receivers. They weren't doing that in the first quarter, and that's why the Wolverines were having success with a short passing game.
The game of adjustments. 2 tight ends in there for PSJA Memorial. They toss this to Kalunga. Kalunga's last carry went 65 yards. This one is much shorter. Goes up to about the 27, a gain of about 3.
Oliver Schwartz, I think, was in there right away. He sure was.
Schwartz with 107 tackles last year. He's been involved in a fair number this season, this game as well. And there we see Cash Frisbee, number 94.
Are they twins, Mark?
I think so. He and Fletcher Frisbee, they're both juniors. So here's a handoff, Kalunga. And Kalunga could cross the 32. You're going to give him the 32 and bring up third down in about a yard and a half.
As I have said, Mark, anytime if you take a look at Cash, oh, that's not a good one for him for his replay role. But anyway, he's having a pretty good game. Anytime you have your safety making tackles, you know it's at least a gain of 5 yards. So it makes it a real doable third and second with 3 minutes to go.
So here they go on third down and short. Quarterback wants to keep this. Bit of a scrum there at about the 35. Looks like it's enough for a first down. Assuming the ball is in the middle of that pile.
You know, that kind of gives it away, Mark. All night long they've been in the shotgun. And when you come up under center, you pretty much know that he's going to have a quarterback sneak. But it's a different thing to try to stop it.
Yep, the Wolverines over 250 yards rushing now. Had a brilliant night. Couple of long runs, a 59-yarder for a touchdown, a 65-yarder for a touchdown. Here's a run. Of course, with a 2-touchdown lead, not interested in going to the air unless they have to. Keep that clock running. Looked like Trevino on that last carry up to about the 38. Gain of 2.
So far, the Wolverines haven't passed in the second half, have they?
No, they haven't. Yeah, under 2 minutes to go in the third. Clock is running. Looking to hand off again. This is Kalunga. Has room. Bounces outside. Taking off. Turns on that speed. And he's going to score his third touchdown of the night. Takes this one to the house for 62 yards. And another touchdown. His third of the night and the fourth of the game for PSJA Memorial.
You can't give Kalunga any open field because he's got great vision. He knows where to go right after he spots the openings. That should give him close to 200 yards, Mark.
Yeah, 69-yarder for a touchdown and a 62-yard run for a touchdown. Or excuse me, 65 and 62. That's 127 yards right there. Here's the extra point try. And that's up and good by their kicker, Omar Garcia, who's now 3 for 3 tonight.
And Omar Garcia, the kicker, has a great leg, Mark.
We're going to take a break. Score is 29-7. Wolverines in front, 1:26 to play in the third quarter. And you're watching Football Night in McAllen ISD.
South Texas, we know family is everything. That's why at South Texas Health System Clinics, we focus on providing exceptional care for generations of patients. Our family practices offer a wide range of services for every member of your family, from infants to seniors. Our experienced physicians take the time to listen and provide personalized care, ensuring the health and well-being of your family for years to come. At South Texas Health System Clinics, we're dedicated to keeping families healthy and happy. We're here for you every step of the way.
320 yards. That's how many yards rushing PSJA Memorial has now. They lead it 29-7 here with 1:26 to go in quarter number 3. Back to receive is Santos for Mackay, standing at about his 8-yard line. And PSJA Memorial continues to produce big plays to stay ahead in this game.
Look at this leg, Mark.
Yeah, he is something else. That kicker, Omar Garcia. He was booming 40-yard field goal attempts in practice.
And Mark, I saw some vaquero coaching, some coaches up here. Maybe they're taking a look at that kid too. Sometimes they come to watch other kids and then they'll spot him the way we're spotting him. Wonderful leg.
Yeah, explaining how it's done there. Good kicker. Some of the younger players. Yeah, we did. We had some visiting coaches here from the Vaqueros of University of Texas Rio Grande Valley playing their first season. Kind of an unofficial schedule this year, but nevertheless, their first season. First time that the university has had football since, I believe, about 1951.
Personal foul.
So it's quite a new era and
defense,
pretty historic
number 60.
here in the Rio Grande
15
Valley.
yards will be added to the end of the run.
Glad to see it.
Automatic first down.
Big penalty here on the defense, but Mark, I got to give credit to offensive coordinator Omar Gonzalez for the Wolverines. Yeah, there's a little bit of extracurricular activity. You don't want to do that. But Omar Gonzalez has called a wonderful game for the Wolverines, the offensive side.
And here's the flanker screen on the left side. This is Rivas, who scored their only touchdown. And Rivas getting across into PSJA Memorial territory all the way to the 44. So we're now under a minute to play here in the third quarter.
Joseph Rivas is listed as a tight end, senior. He's created some spark on the offense. Good blocking by number 78, Adrian Villarreal.
13 yards on that pickup.
Nice.
That's Morley. Morley crossed the 40 up to about the 34-yard line. It's a gain of 10, another first down.
Morley, it doesn't look like there's any holes up there, but man, he puts his head down and he just keeps moving his legs and he gets you the yards you need.
There's Valdez back to throw. He's going to run it. This might technically be a sack here, as he was hit initially by number 60, Fernando Castorena, as the horn sounds to end quarter number 3. So it was a loss of a yard. We're at the end of the third quarter, and the score is 29-7 Wolverines. We're going to take a break and be back with the fourth quarter in a moment. This is football night in McAllen ISD. And welcome back, 29-7 our score. We're going to look at the cheerleaders there from Mackay under the direction of Coach Cassandra Clements. That's the JV cheerleaders right there, the varsity cheerleaders out there as well. And here's a big run here. Look at this. This is Morley. Morley taking off up the middle, keeps his balance, and goes in for the touchdown. And how about that? The first play from scrimmage for McAllen. And they take it 35 yards all the way for the touchdown. And Morley has his second touchdown of the year.
And Morley deserves a touchdown, Mark. He had a lot of hard runs in the third quarter. He almost got tripped up, but there's no way. He just runs hard, and he gets a reward of a touchdown for the Bulldogs.
He's had 2 long runs, 37-yard run for a touchdown last week against Los Fresnos. Now a 35-yard run for a touchdown here tonight. 29-14 our score. We'll take another look at it.
Starts with the blocking front.
It's kind of a draw play here.
Good call.
And look at that. Just got hit
Right
barely about the 7-yard line. Goes in for a touchdown and scores 29-14. PSJA Memorial still in front. You're watching Football Night in McAllen ISD.
Why choose Lone Star National Bank for your business? Because no other bank does more to support local businesses. In fact, we are the #1 lender in the Valley to small businesses. We put money to work here in our community.
That helps our local businesses grow, creating more jobs.
And more opportunities for all of us.
Working together. Together.
We do what the little banks can't and the big banks won't. Lone Star National Bank, the Valley's bank.
And welcome back here at DQ Fan Field. It's 29-14. Let's take another look at that touchdown. All right, both teams still looking for their first win of the season. It's going to be coming down to the end here, just like it did in previous weeks. We saw that with Nicky Rowe and Harlingen South in week 1. We'll see Memorial take on Weslaco tomorrow. We'll have that webcast on for you.
And those two teams used to play some classics when they were in the same district. Packed houses, district-type championship games.
Here's an interesting stat here for you, Mario. Wolverines in the third quarter had 4 first downs, and then 2 of those went for touchdowns. And here's another big play here. This is run by their running back, number 20, Resendez. Picks up a first down for them.
And I guarantee you, defensive coordinator Frank France for the Bulldogs is probably wondering if the penalties on this ball, this is going to come back. But Coach France is thinking, like, what's going on? They keep missing tackles that they usually get. And it's hurt them a lot because it's allowed for some big first downs because of poor tackling.
Yeah.
And
big penalty there as they take a 10-yard gain that becomes a 10-yard loss, actually. Going to be first and 20.
And since the Wolverines have not had a lot of success passing, I think they're only 3 for 8. It might force them to go into their uncomfortable situations.
There's an end around. This is Banks right here. Banks leaps his way forward before he's upended at the 27-yard line. A gain of 6 on the play.
And there you go, Mark. You said a gain of 6 because of missed tackles. I mean, it could be a second and maybe 20. You gave him 7 yards, but I guarantee you it's early in the season. Coach Franz is going to, and Coach Shelby, they're going to try to figure out how this young defensive unit can do a better job of tackling.
So on second down, I'll hand this off. Colunga has 3 touchdown runs tonight. Gets up to the 30-yard line. I'll bring up third down after a gain of 3.
Credit to number 33, junior linebacker Brian Bettis made sure that Kalunga did not get away this time.
And Kalunga had 12 touchdowns last year in 10 games.
He's tough.
Now through 12 games, he adds 3 more. That give him 15 touchdowns.
But 3rd and 11, Mark, this is a big play for the Bulldog defense because they've been allowing too many big plays. See if they can get a stop.
3rd down and 11. Bulldogs down just 2 scores. The big play here. Kalunga, right side, is hit and goes down. It'll be well short of the 1st down. And the Bulldogs will be getting the ball back. This clock is running, under 10 minutes to go.
Now Corpus made sure Kalunga was down, did not get away like he has in other plays. Also in an tackle, number 13, Pablo de la Rosa.
So the punter is out there. High punt goes through the punter's hands.
No rush, Mark, no rush.
Picked up by Garcia. Has time and gets rid of it.
It's got to be a penalty for players going downfield, but I
was just wondering the same thing. I don't see a flag as the ball goes out of bounds. Ends up being a brilliant punt there by Garcia.
You never know, Mark. The situation is that you never know. They set up for a punt return, but there was no rushers, so there was no need for the punter to panic. If he would have had rushers right there, he would have been in trouble.
He had a great move there by Garcia. As soon as the ball went by him, he didn't panic. He actually glanced ahead of him to see if there was a rush on, so he knew how much time he had as far as picking up the football. So he was able to calmly pick it up and then turn around knowing that he didn't have to necessarily get rid of it right away, as there was no rush. And as soon as somebody closed in, he got rid of it. And look where the Bulldogs are, pinned all the way at their own 10-yard line.
And Mark, that play almost, I mean, it made a difference of about 60 yards, maybe 70, because it could have been trouble back here in the 20-yard line. Instead, the Bulldogs are way down there. That's a game of football, Mark.
The way the ball bounces. Well, you talked about that as one of your keys, being that kicking game.
Yep. And give Garcia credit, he didn't panic. There's a penalty on the Bulldogs. And it just changes the dynamics, Mark.
Offense, number 78, 5-yard penalty.
5-yard penalty.
Remains 2nd down.
Bulldogs would have gotten the ball on a sack of the punter. It's like a turnover. They would have had a real short field. Knowing you're down 15. It's a different scenario for the offense.
Bulldogs still have all 3 of their timeouts. PSJA Memorial has 2. 8.5 to go here in the regulation. 2nd down and 13 after the Bulldog penalty. The play action, trying to set up the middle screen here. They get it to Morley. He's able to get up to the 15-yard line. This will bring up 3rd down.
All Morley needed there in that play was one more block. And he would have had a chance to maybe at least get the 1st down. Play looked like it was going to work, but good job by the defender. 60 was in on that play.
So 3rd down and 6 now. Valdez back to throw, slings it over. Morley has it, 1st down and more at the 30. Gets a stiff arm to still keep going up near midfield at about the Bulldog 49-yard line. And it's a gain of 34 yards.
And that play was well designed, Mark. It kind of fooled the defensive back where he followed another receiver. Well designed. As you see number 5, he was going in the wrong direction.
Is it Banks who finally got him to fall down? And here after the 3rd down conversion, Valdez calls his own number, still fighting. Crosses the 40 to about the PSJA Memorial 36-yard line. And it's a gain of 13 on the play.
And you know, Mark, every time we've seen Joaquin Valdez here the last couple of years, you know that when he runs the ball, he runs as hard as anybody else. He's a very determined young man. I'm sure his grandma, Mrs. Gonzalez, is so proud of him. even though she's in Alaska right now.
Bulldogs on the move here. That pass intended for Santos is incomplete. He'll bring up 2nd and 10. Stops the clock with 7 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter.
I mean, it's not good when somebody drops a pass, but it almost works out better, Mark, because that play did not look like it was going to go anywhere except the clock running.
Yeah, there's a man right there ready to make the tackle. Closest defender, Andrew Anzaldua. And here they're going to pitch this out. This is Garza. Garza bounced out of bounds at about the 34-yard line. A gain of 2 on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
That play right there, that option, was real popular many years ago. Lots of teams used to do that, and I think they stopped doing it because they were, once the quarterback would release, they would intentionally hit the quarterback. Give credit to the Wolverine defense.
I played defensive end in high school, and that play fooled me a number of times. I'd hit the quarterback and find out didn't have the ball. Here's a pass into traffic. This is tipped up in the air. Looks like it's intercepted. And PSJA Memorial has their 4th turnover of the night. And look who it is. It's the two-way player, Nolan Ramirez, who's been playing quarterback and now as a defensive back makes the pick.
And those 4 turnovers, Mark, I remember on one of them that Wolverines did turn it into a touchdown. So those turnovers are always going to hurt. Not only do you lose field position, but then you know, these are learning games. They're early in the season. I think Joaquin, if he had to do it all over again, he probably would have run with that ball.
We'll take another look at it here. What do you see, Mario?
Well, it just, I mean, I think he thought there was an opening to go upfield and felt like he was not going to make it to the first down because he forced it. But that's something that we're used to. Joaquin won't do that in the future.
Here's Colunga. Colunga hit behind the line of scrimmage. And a host of Bulldogs able to push him back. Hitting Schwartz and also a defender there, 33, Brian Bettis.
Good penetration by 3 or 4 of the Bulldogs now. The Bulldog defense, they haven't played that bad, Mark, except they've given too many big plays. So 60-yard runs, they're going to come back to haunt you. But they've had a lot of plays where they stopped the Wolverines on short gains, a lot of them. But then they gave up those big plays, and that's why there's a lot of yardage by the Wolverines, especially on the ground. Over 300 for sure.
Man goes in motion, that's Resendez. They're going to run this to the right side. Ramirez, the quarterback, and gets up to the 24-yard line, a gain of about 3, and it's going to bring up 3rd down.
And the Bulldogs call a timeout, Mark, with 5:12 to preserve some of the time on the clock. And with a 3rd and 8, I don't think Will Littleton is going to put the ball up in the air.
Yeah, timeout. They've got 3rd and 8. But I agree with you, Mario. I think with the 2-touchdown lead, they'll take their chances running the ball here and try to get the first down. We're going to have the smile cam now as the Bulldogs call that last timeout. 5:12 to go here in the game, 29-14. Crucial play here. Bulldogs need 2 scores to get back. They got to get a stop here as Ramirez rolls out right, keeps it on the ground, and he is thrown out of bounds. That'll stop the clock. So exactly what PSJA Memorial did not need, or actually they're going to say clock keeps going. I thought he was thrown out of bounds, but they ruled that he was tackled inbounds, so the clock is still going.
Well, at least the Bulldogs are forcing a punt. That was a rollout by design. I didn't think Coach Littleton was going to put the ball up in the air. No need to force a turnover here. They'll take. He's got a pretty good punter, punting from about the 23-yard line.
Yeah, that's Garcia, who's also their kicker. Kicks this one high, and Bulldogs muffed it, but were able to fall on it. That was Corpus, and the Bulldogs will have good field position at the 48-yard line.
That's our next game, Mark. Do you know?
Yeah, our next webcast. That'll be coming up tomorrow night, 7:30 kickoff. McAllen Memorial Mustangs will be taking on Wesco Panthers. There it is, right there.
Right on cue. Right on
Wesco
cue.
at Memorial. That should be a quick game. Both those teams like to run the football.
That's right.
And looking forward to that one. Two really good teams, two stellar programs going head-to-head here tomorrow night. And here on first down, a play intended for Rivas skips off his hands, and it'll bring up 2nd and 10.
I'd like to send a shout out to Mrs. Bill Littleton, mom of Will Littleton. You remember her back in the day?
Oh, yes.
Up here by the press box.
She was the stat keeper for Bill Littleton's Mustangs.
Yeah, and I thought she was the one calling the plays because all you had to do was Spates right, Spates left.
And here's a Morley straight up the middle. Morley all the way to the 40-yard line in PSJA Memorial territory. A gain of 12 on the play.
It's definitely a good game for Morley up there in for sure more than 100 yards.
Just over 4 minutes to go. 1st and 10. You're in PSJA Memorial territory. Low snap. New quarterback in there. Man is open. It's Cinco Jones. Jones into the end zone. Touchdown. Cinco Jones scores. And the Bulldogs are just one score away now with 3 minutes, 50 seconds showing.
It all started with a fake by Joaquin Valdez, but the big deal was the route by Cinco Jones. One thing was he was so wide open. Sometimes the quarterback has a tendency to not execute, but Joaquin Valdez, being Valdez, put the ball right where it needed to be. Uh-oh.
Extra point is good.
And that's huge, Mark, that he was still able to get it because now they're only down 8 points. If not, they would have been down 2 possessions. We'll take a look at the replay. Right.
And Jones goes in for the touchdown, and it's a one-score game now, 29-21. Closest it's been since the first quarter.
And with about 4 minutes to go here, Mark, and 2 timeouts, I don't think there'll be an onside kick.
We'll be back.
The Seams Back to School sale is your perfect way to win. 6 weeks of perfect attendance earn students a chance to win a new car from Seams. And any student gets $500 off MSRP at Seams, McAllen Ford, or always online at SeamsMcAllenFord.com. Drive local, drive Seams.
All right, we're back here. 29-21 the score, 3 minutes, 50 seconds, 5-0. Left in the game. And we take another look at this, and I think this is a different quarterback.
Mark.
Yeah, number 16 in there. That's Woltorf.
Yeah, he played in the last game and did
he did.
Pretty
McCoy
good job.
Woltorf, who is a junior, just like Valdez is, came in there and threw that 40-yard bomb to Cinco Jones for the touchdown.
Especially since he came off the bench, that even makes that pass even better.
And here's PSJA Memorial with a little bit of trouble across the 10, now the 15, trying to bounce it outside. A little bit of room there if they can turn that corner and you get out to the 25-yard line.
Once again, congratulations to the wonderful pass. Number 16, McCoy Woltorf. Now, Mark, there's plenty of time where the Bulldogs, definitely cannot afford to give too many first downs away, because that will spell trouble. The game will be ended. Another shout out to see if you remember this. She used to be Rebecca Valdez. She played basketball under Teresa Caso. And now she's Rebecca Littleton, actually married. So Will Littleton picked up a McAllen Bulldog, Lady Bulldog basketball player. So shout out to her. She's a wonderful coach, basketball coach.
All right, 3:41 to go. Quarterback Ramirez tosses Colunga. Bulldogs will be trying to strip that football. PSJ Memorial will need to protect it. Gets back to the line of scrimmage, so clock is running. Bulldogs with 2 timeouts. We'll see what they decide to use one here or not. They don't.
And Mark, that extra point to make it a 8-point game, it wasn't a thing of beauty. It barely went through the uprights. And not, then the Bulldogs would really be in trouble because they'd be down 9 points, which is 2 possessions.
Yeah.
I don't see any passing, so the Bulldog defense is really up at the line.
Yeah, they've got about 10 guys up near the line of scrimmage. So this is Resendez. Resendez is brought down after a short gain at the 29-yard line. Bulldogs may be content to get the ball back and save their 2 timeouts for the offense.
McAllen.
Oh, McAllen using one here. That'll be their second. So that'll leave them with 1 timeout left. So they have PSJA Memorial in a 3rd down and 8 pickle. All right, let's take a break. The score, Wolverines 29, Bulldogs 21, 2:46 remaining. You're watching Football Night in McAllen ISD.
Choose to start something good. Choose to leave things better than you found them. Choose to do the little things that matter. Choose to take pride in your neighborhood. If you could choose to do anything, choose to shine.
For PSJA Memorial. And here's an interesting stat for you, Mario. In the first half, PSJA Memorial went 5 for 7 on their 3rd down conversions. They are 1 for 6 since then. So here on 3rd down and 8, Ramirez hands this off. And it's going to be short of the 1st down. That's Colunga with it across the 30 to about the 33, but he'll be well short.
Another timeout, quick timeout to preserve 2 minutes and 39 seconds to go. Plenty of time. Plenty of time for them out of the half.
Okay, Bulldogs use their final timeout to stop the clock. They're going to get the ball back in decent field position with a chance to tie it up and force overtime. We'll have the exciting conclusion when we come back. This is Football Night in McAllen ISD.
To be or not to be? That is the question. Line? Hello? Hello?
Attendance today, success tomorrow. Attendance matters.
All right, welcome back here at DQ Fan Field. Exciting game. PSJA Memorial seemed to have this locked up there at 15-0 at halftime. They were up 29-7 at one point, but the Bulldogs have now 14 unanswered. It's now 29-21, 2:39 to play. Bulldogs out of timeouts, though. Here's the punter. They're going to signal fair catch. Oh, lost the football. Lost the football. Let's see.
Looks like the Wolverines are celebrating on the sideline.
And the Wolverines do have it. Wolverines end up with the football. McAllen signaled fair catch, unable to make the catch. And this could be the 5th turnover of the night.
That's hard to overcome for any team, Mark. 5 turnovers and still having a chance. And we talked about it as one of the keys to the game, Mark. The special teams, the kicking and the punting had to improve for this game, and it hurt the Bulldogs on that one. I know the young man did the right thing of calling a fair catch, but he seemed to rush himself up, and that made it hard. So.
Yeah, probably have been coached not to let the ball get by him, which could roll another 20 or 25 yards. But yes, you do have to make the catch. And here's a handoff on first down. This is a fake. It's run over to the left side. That's Morales, and Morales goes in for a touchdown, and that might clinch it.
Give credit to the Wolverines, Mark. Every time they got themselves some turnovers, they turn it into points, and that's a mark of a good team. Take advantage of a turnover. I've said it over the years that if you get a turnover and you don't do anything with it, it's almost like it was never a turnover. But the good teams, they make you pay for it. So this score is not going to be indicative of how close it could have been.
They have a 2:21 left. Morales goes in for the touchdown. Here's the extra point try.
Let's take a look at this leg right here. Check it out, how deep he's going to kick it.
As Garcia Bulldogs put on a rush after a mishandled snap, but it's up and good. And the score now 36-21. Let's take a look at the replay here.
Caught the defense by surprise, definitely.
33-yard run there by Morales, and the Wolverines in command here. We'll be back.
Hey, ready. Go. Go. Hey, where's he at?
Not here today, man.
And attendance today, success tomorrow. Attendance matters.
(36-21) our score, 2:21 to go. Bulldogs out of timeouts. They are getting the ball back, but they're going to need some big plays here. And then they'll need a stop and another big play. You see the dance team from PSJA Memorial. Now, PSJA Memorials, if you're wondering, they're located in Alamo.
That's right. I was there on Tuesday officiating volleyball.
Were you? Okay. And then PSJA High School is located in San Juan. And then PSJA North and Far.
My favorite of the three is PSJA High School. Graduated in 1977.
77. Now, where's PSJA Southwest?
It's over there on Cage, South.
Oh, so in Far then. Here's a big run.
Go!
And look at this. Mackay, the big run all the way up to the 45 is exactly what they need.
And I'll give my final shout out to Mrs. Gonzalez up there in Alaska. Hope she's not too cold. But she also graduated from PSJA. How about that?
Oh, wow.
I think back in 1969. And also, a lot of our directors and everything, there's a lot of PSJA out here.
Yeah, got some of our crew. They're PSJA graduates. And here with 2:12 to go, 36-21 our score. Mackay still down 2 touchdowns. They'll have to air it out. This is Woltorf, McCoy Woltorf at quarterback. Throws this over the middle and incomplete, intended for Jones. And this is going to be a penalty. It's be pass interference.
Actually, there was 2 penalties, so anytime you have 2 officials, easy call for them.
First down.
So explain that, Mark. How do those penalties work? It's not like spot fouls.
Yeah, the NFL, it's a spot foul. In the college and high school ranks, it is a 15-yard penalty, or it can be a spot foul if shorter than 15 yards.
Gotcha. There's
Morley to the wide side of the field, picks up some blocks, trying to bounce it outside. Deshed's a blocker there and gets out of bounds and stops the clock with 1:57 to go.
Good run by Morley. Not only did he get a lot of yards out of that, but he also had the brains to go out of bounds. And yes, it does stop the clock when you get a first down, but out of bounds means you don't have to rush the next play. If the Bulldogs can score and get their point, extra point, then you never know on an onside kick.
That was a 16-yard pickup there by Morley. Woltorf rolls, throws for the end zone. Man, it's open. It's caught. Touchdown. It's a Rivas on this one. Rivas with his second touchdown of the game.
How long did that take, Mark? I mean, how much time?
In terms of time, not much at all.
Wow. What a response by the Bulldogs. This is the Bulldog offense we were looking for.
31 seconds was the time of possession.
So here's a big extra point. Second.
So here's the snap to Woltorf, who is also the holder. Kick is up and away by Cáceres, and it is good. And Cáceres 4 for 4 now, and the score is now 36-28.
So we got to tell our director, he knows that he better have all the cameras right there ready for the onside kick. The Wolverines are going to have like 8 to 10 players when they receive.
Second touchdown pass of the night here by McAllen Bulldogs. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back. All right, little technical issue there, but we're back. 36-28 our score. Next webcast tomorrow night is McAllen Memorial and Weslaco.
And Mark, what made that last play by McCoy Wolthoff so good is that he acted like he was going to run, and that I think the defensive back came up and left Rivas all by himself. So how many players are in between the 50 and 40 mark? You got 10.
Yeah, 10 for the Wolverines.
And I know all our cameras are right there so we can see what really happens.
Yeah, we'll see our next games here. McAllen will be at Ed Couch-Elsa next week. And PSJA Memorial off next week as they start district play on Thursday the 19th against Weslaco East, taking on the Wildcats.
That'll be a good battle.
So a minute 50 left here. We might see the onside kick as McAllen's out of timeouts.
Oh, we will see it. Not a might. Because there's no timeouts by the Bulldogs.
It's Cash Cáceres.
What's going on?
Some kind of penalty now. This might be like an offside or a false start. So a 5-yard penalty against the Bulldogs. They'll never did get the kickoff, but they'll try it. They'll try it again. Ball has to travel at least 10 yards before McAllen can touch it. And they're going to pop this one deep. Oh, and they did it just perfectly as the ball dies inside the 5-yard line. Here's Kalunga picking it up, trying to run over to the right side of the field. The flag is down, and Kalunga up the middle now, makes another move at midfield, is being wrapped up and brought down at about the 46-yard line. A couple flags down. I think this is coming back.
Return team, number 22. Half the distance to the goal. First down, PSJA Memorial.
And that flag thrown there by the referee. It's an excellent call, as you can see it. It almost worked, Mark.
Yeah, I think they were trying to pop it into an area just over where the 10-man crew was, but maybe a little bit shorter of where the return man was, and you try to hope for maybe some kind of odd or backward bounce and recover the ball that way.
So how good is your math right now, Mark, with 1:40? But it's going to be...
Let's see, you're wondering if they can run out the clock on 3 plays?
I don't think they can run out the clock, but it'll be close. It'll be 4th down. They might at least try to get a punt out of this.
But they're going to line up in a victory formation here.
Right.
Not even take a chance on possibly fumbling the ball. To give McAllen a chance to strip the ball or anything like that. They take a snap.
So it's a 40-second count. So yeah, it's probably over, Mark. I was thinking 25.
Yeah, 40 would take it down to a minute.
Yeah.
And then another snap, they could take it down to about 20 seconds, and then they'd snap it one more time, and that would be it.
But you know, Mark, the Bulldogs, wow, they had some fight in them. And that's something that Coach Shelby guarantee will work on and use it as he goes on to the next week. But it's real hard for any team to overcome five turnovers.
They nearly did, coming within 1 score here tonight. Here's the second one. They'll just need it down at 1 more time, and this game will be in the books. And PSJA Memorial will be 1-1. McAllen will be 0-2. I think McAllen can feel a little bit better about themselves. Despite the 5 turnovers, they played pretty well. Obviously, need to bring the turnovers down, but they look like in a much better position than they did this time last week. Oh, there's the 2 Littletons there, Mario. We've got father and son right there. The son being the head coach there on the left, and the father, Bill Littleton, congratulating his son. So they snap it 1 more time, and this game is going to be over in about 15 seconds. And so quickly run through the touchdowns. Colunga had 3 touchdown runs tonight, including 2 of over 60 yards. Reyna, the quarterback, had a 59-yard jog for a touchdown. Morales, 33-yard run for a touchdown as the PSJA Memorial Wolverines get 5 touchdowns here tonight. And McAllen countered with 4 touchdowns. And Rivas had 2 of them of 39 yards and also of 24 yards. 1 was a run, 1 was a reception. Morley had a 35-yard run for a touchdown, his 2nd of the year, and then Cinco Jones caught a 40-yard pass for a touchdown. So that'll do it. Hope you enjoyed it. For Mario Reyna, I'm Mark May. The rest of our MITV broadcast crew saying so long from DQ Fan Field. Tomorrow night, it's McAllen Memorial against Weslaco Panthers right here on McAllen ISD YouTube. The final score, Wolverines 36, Bulldogs 28. Good night.